What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 smartphones of 2016. There are a ton of smartphones out there, Android-wise. I mean, there's only really two Apple phones out there. But I could have easily done a top 50 smartphones, but then this video would have been so long, it would have been excruciating to watch. So we're doing the top 10, make it nice and simple. Please don't freak out on the placement in the list. It's there for a reason, whether it's because the phone companies don't have as much airtime as the most popular ones out there like Samsung, HTC, and Apple, but they are great smartphones nonetheless. Let's start it off. Number 10, the LG V20. Pretty crazy smartphone. I mean, it's that smartphone that has, at the top of the display, you see in the picture, it has that dual display. That is pretty cool. But the 3200 mAh battery does not really hold that smartphone for a full day charge like most people would want. It does have a 4GB RAM. It does have 16 megapixel shooter, the Snapdragon 820 processor, Gorilla Glass 4, 5.7 inch display. It is a seriously great smartphone, and that's why it's at number 10. Number 9. Number 9 I put there, it's not that popular, but I gotta tell you, for $400, this is a crazy smartphone. It's a ZTE Exon 7. It looks beautiful. I mean, the thing is amazing looking. It's just not many people really know ZTE Exon, and it's not really available all over the place. So, it has a 5.5 inch display, 4GB RAM, 3250 mAh battery, which holds it a lot better than the LG. Gorilla Glass 4, Snapdragon 820 processor, and a 20 megapixel shooter. I mean, they bumped it up. A lot of phone companies, they're around 12 megapixel, but they actually jumped it up to 20. So, that is at number 9. Number 8, the Moto Z Force. Guys, I gotta say something right now. This phone would be in the top 5 if it wasn't only available in Verizon. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. All the Motorola phones, they're only on Verizon. And I gotta tell you, if they expanded their base to some other carriers out there, it would be phenomenal. It would actually be a phone to compete against all those other top headliners. It has a 5.5 inch display. It has shatterproof glass. That's awesome. That's what every phone should have. But Motorola, they're the ones that have it. 820 processor for Snapdragon, 21 megapixel shooter, and it's 4 gig RAM like all the other ones, and 3500 mAh battery. Now for the Moto, that 3500 mAh battery, they brag about on how that thing can last days. Not days without a charge. Honestly, I mean, if you have one of those diehards that are using that phone hardcore, it's going to drain it within the day. I don't care what everybody says. You're watching videos, you're playing games, that battery's going to drain rapidly. But if you're just using it for phone calls, text, the occasional Facebook, that battery will last a pretty long time. And that is exactly why it's at number 8. Number 7. Number 7 is also limited in the networks that it's available. It doesn't have CDMA technology installed. It has the GSM and the other world companies, but I mean, the OnePlus 3T is a crazy phone. When OnePlus first came out, everybody was like, wow, check out this phone. It is a pretty sick phone. It has 5.5 inch display. It has the Snapdragon 821 processor, so they bumped it slightly to the, just a little bit better. 6GB RAM. So obviously you can tell that this one would be a top contender in the top 5 if it was available all over. 3400 mAh battery, Gorilla Glass 4, 60 megapixel shooter. Again, it's bumped up above the 12 megapixel that all our top headliners are at, but it's only going to stay at 7 because of its availability. Number 6. Google came out with their Pixel and Pixel XL. That's why both of them are going to be number 6. The fact that you can go into Verizon and pick up a Google Pixel, Pixel XL, it's awesome. The fact that you can't go into T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Alcatel, all those other companies, that's horrible. I would love to go into a T-Mobile, AT&T, throw it on my plan, pay my monthly, instead of having to cough up all that cash. You know, if I have to cough up anywhere between $600 and $1,000, it's really going to change my decision on which phone I get, and I'm sure it's going to do the same thing for you guys out there as well. So the Google Pixel and Pixel XL. The XL has a 5.5-inch display, and the regular has a 5-inch display. They both have 4 gig RAM. They both have a 12 megapixel camera. They both have the Snapdragon 821 processor. They both have Gorilla Glass 4. And the difference is the 3450 and the 2770 batteries. 2770 in a 5-inch display is not that bad. We're all looking for that 3,000 mark though. But Google did come out with an awesome phone. The pure Android on there is awesome. No bloatware whatsoever. You don't have to deal with any other crap and stuff like that. Well, if you get it from Verizon, their Verizon bloatware is going to be on there. But, I mean, the fact that you can buy it straight up from Google without any bloatware, go to T-Mobile, AT&T, put it on, and not have any of their stupid apps that clog up your phone, that is pretty cool. But it will stay at number 5 until it is offered in all of the carriers. You cannot compete for the best phone in the world if you're not available like the best phones in the world. End of story. I'm sorry, guys, that's the way it works. Number 4. Don't get angry. I mean, number 5. Don't get angry. The iPhone 7. It's a very popular phone, guys. It really is. It will never go higher than 5 for me because it only has a 4.7-inch display. That is still small. I get it. A lot of Apple people, they were so stuck with their 4-inch display for so freaking long, and then it bumped up to 4.7, and that was a huge leap for them. But you know what? Now 4.7 is the way of the dinosaur. Move up to 5, 5.1, something nice like that. We know that the iPhone 8 is going to come out with something superb. I mean, they're talking about edge-to-edge display. It should be over 5 inches. Great. But this one is going to be at number 5. It has 2 gigs of RAM, 1960 mAh battery, A10 Fusion processor, and ion strength glass. Okay. It has 2 gigs RAM. Everybody's listening to me say 4 gig RAM, 6 gig RAM in all these other phones. The iPhone doesn't need it. It really doesn't. It doesn't have that much to process, period. It's a simplified phone with a flat look, a flat display. It has its apps. You really don't have widget power on there to where you can put clocks and calendars all over your display. It's going to be app-oriented. It's basically a middle ground for you to use everything on their cloud. I mean, it doesn't need that processing power that Android phones need because of the fact that Android phones just do way more. I mean, a ton more. So that's going to be at number 5. Number 4, take a guess. The iPhone 7 Plus. 5.5-inch display, 12 megapixel shooter. Again, it has the A10 Fusion and the ion strength glass. 3 gigs of RAM. They bumped it up because it has to deal with 5.5-inch display. You do need more RAM, more processing power for that, the fact that it's going to have a bigger display. If it didn't, it would have, glitched, slowed down, and it has a 2900 mAh battery. For a 5.5-inch display, again, we're looking for over 3,000. The battery does last a while on iPhone because of the fact it doesn't process much. End of story. So, moving on to number 3. The Galaxy S7. No doubt Samsung was going to be in the top 3. Come on, guys. You know for a fact the Galaxy S7 is the headliner of the year. I mean, it is an amazing phone. 5.1-inch display, 4 gig RAM, 3,000 mAh battery. I mean, 5.1-inch display with a 3,000 mAh battery. We're looking for other 5.5 inches that have 3,000 mAh, and this one is there. It has Gorilla Glass 4. The 820 Snapdragon processor, or the Samsung 8890 Octa processor. I'm not going to call it that other. Every time I say it, everybody, okay, fine. Xenon, whatever it is, that's what it is. And it has the 12 megapixel camera. I mean, it is a superior smartphone. Top 3. Why not? But number 2, all you HTC fans, you know what it is. It's the 10. It's a crazy smartphone, just like the Galaxy S7. I mean, it has a 5.2-inch display, 820 processor, 12 megapixel camera, 4 gigabyte RAM, 3000 mAh battery. We're holding greatness with this phone. A full metal body. That's what a lot of people are missing in their Android smartphones when they switch to the new Samsung, because it's glass on both sides. But it is Gorilla Glass 4 on both sides for the Samsung. And guys, listen, I know I'm getting comments on my other HTC videos saying the HTC has Gorilla Glass 4. It doesn't. I'm sorry. Look it up. It has Gorilla Glass 3. If you have it, look on your box. Check out the specifications. It says Gorilla Glass 3. I'm sorry. I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, if you're rude in your comments, I'm just going to delete it. It is only Gorilla Glass 3. It is a strong glass, but it isn't the top of the line like all the other smartphones, and that's why it landed at number 2. I'm sorry. Number 1, it is the Galaxy S7 Edge. You can't beat the Edge. The 5.5-inch display, the fact that it has Edge technology, you can do way more things with it. 3600 mAh battery. That is the leader out of all of them. It has the 4 gig RAM. It has the Gorilla Glass 4 on both sides, 820 Snapdragon or the 8890 Octa. It has a 12 megapixel camera that takes superior shots. All these phones that I just said have amazing cameras, but the top 5 and the Google Pixel, they have great, amazing cameras. Even though that the 12 megapixel and the other ones have 20 or 21, don't think that the 12 megapixel is not going to give you the best shot out there. It is. It's really a great camera. It has low light. Some of these cameras, they even have technology out there that give you great black and white shots. Why you would need that, I have no idea. But those are the top 10 smartphones of 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please take it easy on me on the comments. I love you guys. I need you guys. I like that you watch and you watch my show. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.